Mile 1. B107, and the mile 2 marker will be up here. B105 starts around the parking lot. Two. On your left. You turn right here on that little road. That's part of the Tuscarora Trail. It goes out to Route 40. It continues up into Pennsylvania on the Tuscarora Trail. People use that to hike, and it'll connect down here a little bit to the towpath. As you can tell, we're right beside I-70. Mile 3 is just up here. 3. So at about 3 1/10 is that trail. That connects to the towpath right there. You slip through there. On the towpath, that's milepost 117. This is the Western Maryland Rail Trail. Keep on going. It'll quiet down after we get away from this traffic. There's those high power wires up there. B109. And about 1/10 of a mile further, the actual mile 4 trail marker. This would normally be about the cadence. This is the fastest cadence I can really do in Assist 3. And I get up to about 17. Could probably get to 20, but I switched the rear cog from 24 to 22, so I lost about 2 miles per hour. I did that to make it easier on the hills a little bit. Just a little bit easier on the motor since I carry some gear. Switch back down to Assist 2. And mile 5. And you see the towpath there in the river. At mile 5, still beside the I-70, but it's down a little bit quieter. A lot of tree maintenance going on. Probably get some more trees down over the next day or so. Six. About 6.2 or 3. This is the big pool. It's a mile-long pond. We've seen it before, and we're going to see it again. I think there's parking up there. Let's go on down. And that's the towpath. And it's all melted today. 4.5 miles to Hancock. Okay, let's go back up. Okay, up we go. Here we go. And we're back up. Okay. Let's get back on the bike. And we're moving. On the go. At about mile 6.5, still have the I-70 over here. Mile 7. And right down there is where the big pool itself ends. Goes back into the canal. And there's another portion of it there. A mile long. So it's a little bit frigid out today. Started out mid-50s, almost mid-50s, and then this cold front moved through and it got pretty cold. It's probably mid-40s now. But it'll be 70 tomorrow. We're calling for high winds and about an inch of rain. So things are warming up. Spring's coming. Some of the flowers are coming through the ground already. Buds are on the trees. Some of them getting ready to burst out. So spring is here, almost. Mile 8 back there, not much different than some of the other places. Of course, the towpath's still over there. Still got the I-70 on our right, or my right. Heading along between 13 and 15 miles an hour. Not much of a load. I do have 2 spare batteries, so I'm going to try to deplete some of them, both of them, and the main one. We've got 2 13-liter bags in the back. Not much stuff in it. It balances it out. Charging gear for the bike. Cold weather gear a little bit. You know, day stuff. Okay. Should be about 3 miles or so from Hancock. I'll keep going though. I want to go to the end. I think the end is about 17 miles from when we first hit Hancock. And 11 miles approximately from the parking lot to Hancock. Blue Goose Bakery and Emporium. Right up there. This is the outskirts of Hancock here. A couple miles. That's how you can access it. Oh, they have a front porch where they have outlets too. And I think they leave them on overnight. I was there at the closing and they were still there. I was getting ready to leave. They were still on there. And there's outlets down at the pavilion too. Just a little bit outside of Hancock on the right of the rail trail. Keep checking my mirrors for what's behind me. My bike tipped over last time I was up here, and I didn't realize it was in the dark, and my mirror busted off. Lost it. Either that or loosened up, and then it blew off traveling. But anyways, I ordered 2 spares, 2 other ones. They were sold out, so I had to go to Temu, whatever you want to call it. First time I ever ordered anything from there. It was the cheapest one, about 13 bucks a piece, normally about 22. Just plastic. Okay, watch this crossing. You go out there, over, that's Burger King. Gas station. Okay, we're getting close. Always watch these parts that stick out. Canalaway Aqueduct, Canalaway Creek. Over there is a towpath. It goes to a single track, and it's kind of muddy when it rains. From there, from that aqueduct, west away into town. I think 1.5 miles. I think that's about mile 123 over there. Hancock is 124.5 on this towpath. So we start seeing some of these businesses over here like you've seen before. Some of the older ones, some probably still in business. At some point you can cut across to fast food. I think Hardee's. I've eaten there a couple times. But the rail trail pretty much follows the towpath and the river. It does go in a little bit up here once we get through Hancock. It'll go away from the towpath some. But there are some crossover points. If you know where they're at. Okay, on your right up here, see that yellow gate? You go through there, there's a parking area up there with then you can also access the road to get to any of the things you need in town, like Burger King. But I use the last exit because otherwise you'd be pedaling about a half a mile on the road. You can see Hardee's in the distance on the right. If you can make it out, I'll show you. But it's up here. This used to be the Park and Dine. No, a little further. Or yes. I don't know. No, not that one. You can cut through there over to Hardee's. Mr. Hardware. You need something. Can't see much through there. That's Buddy Lou's right there. I'll circle up. There's no traffic, so I'll circle up. Give you a quick round view here. I enter by the street when I eat there. I've only eaten there a couple times. A little bit on the pricey side, but when you're hungry, if you got the money, electric vehicle charging. Now these, I think, are the level 3. If it doesn't say J1772, it's on level 2. And you can't use it to charge an e-bike if you have the right adapter, because you need a J1772 adapter. Electric vehicle charging. Yep, this is a vehicle. Law says so anyway. Okay, I don't need a charge. I just was looking. But yeah, I looked on Charge Hub or Charge Point, and I believe these are level 3, which is a DC, very high output DC power. You can't use that on a J1772. You need a level 2. There's one down here. So okay, checking all around. That's where the towpath enters, over here. So you can access it from the parking lot down here. I could have went down through there. But there's a level 2 charger down here, I believe. I saw it on the map. I'm not going to try it today, I don't think. I don't need a charge yet. But man, I'm still checking it out. I'm still testing it. Haven't tried some of these others. Okay, you can see anything there. You need access right there. Right there. So I'm going to swing back by. Let's see if they have access here. But it's right there. Gotta watch these crossings, make sure nothing's coming. Yeah, access it right here. Potomac Edison one. Okay, let's get rolling again. Back down the rail trail. Bicycle shop. Across here, looking left and right. Straight across. But if you're in Hancock, that's where you want to charge, right down there. Okay, keep on going. Just past mile 11. So Hancock around the bicycle shop's about 10.5 mile marker. Mile 14 back there. .5 miles to the end. Wind is picking up. Mile 16. Okay, left here, although it's on a curve, that puts you closest to the towpath at mile 130.7, Cohill Junction crossing. And then back a mile is a campsite, Leonard's Mill campsite. Or 3 miles further up, west, on the towpath. No campsites on the rail trails or a water source. Been a lot of sticks to have to avoid from the winds. Okay, getting there. About 10 miles to the end of the rail trail. In front of me, not in back. It's cooled down. Wind's picked up, so I'm probably fighting about a maybe upper 30s wind chill right now. It's not too bad. And that's where I'm going. Do stop or slow down at this one. They won't see you. They won't see you come across. Enough time to react. Towpath. Closer to the river now, and the trail, or the towpath. Canal down there. B123 and mile 18. Watch the sticks. $19. Mile 20. Like I had a recent fall right there. Slope gave out. Lock 55. That's where you get on or off to avoid this closed bridge. Just up here on the towpath. Okay, get off here. I want to take a look here. Yeah, watch that. There's a parking lot on the Pierre side. I think we're close to mile 23 on the rail trail here. Or 136 down on the towpath. Go that way to get back on the towpath. That's about 136.2 down there. This is mile 23. It was about 22 back at that parking lot. Now this part has not been repaved. It's new since 2019. It opened in June 2019. Goes from about 22.5 mile marker to 27.5. So that's about 5 miles. Minus the 2 miles of towpath that it detours onto. That gets it around the Indigo Tunnel that's closed off. You can see in it, it's barred off. It's got gates. Pretty cool if you haven't seen it before. Watch the rock slides. Okay, I'm gonna turn back. No need to keep going. I have to turn back anyway. About 2.5 more miles, we'd be at the 15 Mile Creek campsite. I'm not gonna go today. I don't need to. So I'm gonna turn back here. Swap my batteries around because I was trying to deplete them. And I got this one down to about 20%. So let's swap batteries around. Okay, just like that. I pulled the battery out, swapped it, and now it's all ready to go. Let's go back. Be a 50-mile day instead of about 55. Here we go.